Robby Krieger, former guitarist for the Doors, is currently gearing up for a tour in support of his latest solo album, Singularity, which was released at the end of 2010. Perhaps the Doors are best known for Jim Morrison's onstage antics, but it was Robby Krieger who had the main hand in writing some of the Doors' biggest hits, including Light My Fire, Love Me Two Times, Touch Me, and Love Her Madly. Singularity is an album that showcases Krieger's diverse range of styles, from flamenco to rock to jazz to blues, with each of the 10 tracks being instrumentals. Robby talked with Artisan News about Singularity and why it's just a continuation of what he used to do with the Doors.
You know, it's a lot of guitar. It's no vocals. It's basically the kind of music that I like to hear, you know, when I'm just hanging out. And it's like a continuation of the Doors type of stuff that I used to do, but, you know, 30, 40 years later.
He also talked about the track Russian Caravan, which builds on his flamenco guitar, just like Spanish Caravan did in the past.
You know, the flamenco was a little bit difficult because I hadn't been playing flamenco for years, and it really took me about 6 months before I got up to speed with it again, to the point where I could put it on a record that I felt. Well, the only way that it has anything to do with Spanish Caravan is that it has the flamenco guitar intro. And the reason we call it Russian Caravan is because Arthur Barrow, my buddy that wrote all this stuff with me, he kind of arranged, he did an arrangement on part of the song which is sort of Stravinsky-ish, and therefore you get Russian.
He also talked about his song Train Running Late being a tribute to one of the most legendary jazz saxophonists in history, John Coltrane.
Coltrane, you know, he was, you know, my favorite saxophone player. And the reason I say that is because he went outside, you know, where most guys like Charlie Parker was amazing, but he never really left those bebop changes, you know. Coltrane took the next step, and he played stuff that it was just so out that, but it still worked, you know. I mean, it wasn't just going out for out's sake. You know, he freed himself from the changes of the music, and that's what I've always strived to do.
Robby Krieger will be taking his solo band on tour of European jazz festivals in 2011. The band will perform songs from Robby's solo career along with a few instrumental classic Doors songs. Look for Robby and Ray Manzarek to once again hit the road together in 2011 as well, performing as Robby Krieger and Ray Manzarek of the Doors as they perform their greatest hits. The Doors will also be releasing a DVD of one of their most famous concerts at the Hollywood Bowl as they look to honor the 40th anniversary of Jim Morrison's death.